Alright viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Transforming Lives Through Technology. I'm Kwara Evans, and today I will show you some of the important topics in information literacy. Here is some the detail. What is information literacy? Essential skill needed for information literacy, source of information, research strategy, parallelisms and citation. So that is the work we shall go through. And slide 1. Now slide 2 we are define information literacy. Then slide 3, essential skills. Slide 4, source of information. Slide 5, research strategy, and then parallelisms. So before we go further, we need first to design our works while using PowerPoint representation. So there is very many options here under the home menu here. So we need to go first to design our work. Now you choose your color from here. You can pick any. For our case, we shall use this one. Now that is our color. We already designed our work. Now the next step, we should go to transition. This is here. The arrow is here pointing transition. So under transition here, we shall use very many way. One of them, choose any arrow from here, how your work will be appear on the screen. There is very many. For our case, we shall use this one, dissolve. That is for slide 1. Then for slide 2, we shall pick cut. Then for slide 3, we shall use random bar. Then for slide 4, we shall use push. Then for slide 5, let me choose another one. We shall use cover. And then for slide 6, we shall use, let me see from here, uncover. Now after apply it all, so need first, the next step, we should go to slide show, which is here, slide show. Then the next step is go to from beginning. The slide show should show from the beginning. That is information literacy. Then what is information literacy? Ability of an individual to identify, locate, evaluate, and effectively use information from different sources to solve problems. That is all about information literacy. And then essential skill needed for information literacy. Number 1 is information searching skills. And then number 2 is critical evaluation skills. And then number 3 is information use and communication skills. That is some of the best essential skill needed for information literacy. And then source of information literacy. Under source of information literacy, we have primary source and secondary source. And here is the difference between a primary source and secondary source. Under primary, we use document, critical works, Then oral history and interview. And the next is scientific data. That is all about Anna primary source. And then Anna secondary source, we have books, maybe a textbooks, and then journal articles, then essay and reviews, then documentaries. That is all sources Anna secondary. And then the next step is research strategy. What is the research strategies? These are methods used to locate the relevant information effectively from different sources like internet. That is all about the definition of research strategy. And then parallelisms is defined as the act of using another person's ideas, words, or works without giving a proper credit to the original authors. I hope we have come at the end of our lesson for today. So please, I beg you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you enjoy more videos about information. Bye bye for now. I will see you in my next videos.